Our project is called One Perspective Word Art. One perspective, one word. So you're going to pick your name, a goal you have, any short word, and we're going to draw it with some perspective. So the first step is to write your word, your name. This could be anything. I'll talk more about it in our live session. Just write it normally anywhere on the paper. It can be completely straight. It can be in different places. Completely up to you. I added a little curve in mine and some space between miss and boy. So we're going to turn the letters into bubble letters. You don't have to be super fancy with this. If you want, you can simply trace around your handwriting and that will create a thicker shape, so it will look like bubble letters. But you can look up some reference photos. I've included some in the presentation as well. I'm going to speed up my sketching a little bit, but what I'm doing is using my handwriting as kind of like a base, a skeleton, a sketch, however you want to look at it, and creating bubble letters that have little sharper edges just to make it more fun, but it is harder to create the perspective. So you don't have to do this part. It can just be like square-ish lettering. So remember to look at the reference photos because it might help you. And I'm keeping it pretty messy still because this is a sketch. You can clean it up later with a pen if you'd like, or even just lightening the pencil lines and only using colors. So we'll go over that in a few more steps. Once you're done with that, let's go to step 3, which is to draw a dot anywhere you want. This dot is going to be your vanishing point. It can be really anywhere. You don't have to make a horizon line. You'll see in a bit that I kind of put mine in the center of my word. So in that empty space. Again, this dot is called a vanishing point, and we need it to do any type of linear perspective, whether it's one perspective or 2 or even 3. So step 4, with a ruler, if you have one, or a straight edge, or you can just slowly sketch it, you're going to draw lines from the points of each letter. So the points of the letter, the sides of the letter, and have it connect to your vanishing point. So you can see at first I started sketching it because I am doing this on my tablet and I forgot that I could make a straight line. So in a little bit you'll see that I kind of changed the way I did it, but I'm looking at the different points of that letter M, so that edge of the 2 bottom parts, and I'm just drawing a straight line to the vanishing point. We're going to do a lot of erasing. You can actually keep these lines if you want. I'll just show you how I did it, but it's really cool to keep them or to erase them. It's totally up to you. Just make sure you get every single corner and side to make it look as 3D as we can. So step 5. Now, if you don't want to keep all of these long lines that are connected to the vanishing point, you're going to draw a guideline where you want the letters to end. So you're going to make it follow the shape of your letter. If you did something a little more complicated, if it's straight, you just want to make sure it follows the angle. So I'll be doing this with a different color so you can see how I'm approaching it. I'm keeping the guideline space pretty close to my actual letters, which means it doesn't look as thick, but you can change where this goes. It does not need to follow mine exactly. Just make sure you are following the shape of your letters so they all connect. Step 6. So once you have your guidelines, you're actually going to start erasing the extra lines you don't need. So if you did choose to keep those lines that are connecting to the vanishing point, you don't have to do any erasing. But if you did it the way I'm doing it here, and you made that shorter, please erase those lines. At this point of my drawing, I'm just cleaning up the lines, so you can do this by grabbing a pen and inking it, or just erasing any straight lines, however you want. The next step is to finalize your artwork. So this can look like shading, adding colors, adding a background. You could even add different patterns and artwork inside the letter. Something to keep in mind is to change the color of the letter and then the letter's like shadow. So you can see I'm doing the front colors right now, which are really bright, and then I'm adding a different color, and this will add even more depth. So think back to the 6 ways to create space. In a little bit, you're actually going to see me change the colors I use because I thought the lighter colors look better than using the darker colors. And you're also going to see me struggle with deciding what to do with my background. So if you are like me and you don't know what to do for backgrounds, a solid color is always a good option.